There's a noise that no one talks about. It doesn't come from your phone buzzing at midnight or from the endless traffic outside your window. It's not the television playing old sitcoms in the background or the heated arguments at the dinner table. No, the loudest noise of all is the one living inside your head. And it's relentless. Every thought you didn't finish, every worry you tried to ignore, every fear you buried deep, hoping it would disappear, they don't fade away. They echo, louder and louder until silence itself feels like a stranger. Have you ever found yourself sitting in a quiet room and feeling almost uncomfortable? As if the stillness was too heavy, pressing down on you, making you want to reach for your phone, turn on some music, do anything just to not be alone with your own mind? You're not alone. Modern life has wired us to crave distraction. From the moment we wake up, we are bombarded with notifications, deadlines, news, and endless scrolling. It's a constant barrage of stimulation. Our brains, once designed for survival and creativity, are now trapped in survival mode 24/7. No wonder anxiety is skyrocketing. No wonder sleep feels impossible. But here's the brutal truth. If you never find silence, you will never find peace. And if you never master your breathing, you will never truly calm your mind. Today, I'm going to show you how to reclaim your mind in just 3 simple steps. They're not complicated. You don't need any equipment, a fancy app, or even much time. You just need a willingness to trust the process, and a little bit of courage to face the silence you've been running from. The first step to calming your mind is to stop resisting the discomfort. It's like learning to swim. The water feels cold, unfamiliar. Your instincts scream to get out. But if you stay, if you breathe through the shock, the cold becomes bearable, then it becomes refreshing. Finding silence feels the same way. At first, sitting quietly, even for 1 minute, feels wrong. Your brain will revolt. It will flood you with to-do lists, regrets, worries, and random memories from 3rd grade. Good. That's exactly what's supposed to happen. Your mind is detoxing. Let it. Think of it like cleaning out a cluttered attic. The dust will rise. You'll sneeze. You'll want to quit. But on the other side of that mess is something precious. Clarity. In practical terms, start with just 1 minute a day. Find a quiet space. Close your eyes. Set a timer if you have to. And just sit. Let the awkwardness engulf you. Smile at it and breathe. Once you've made peace with the silence, it's time to learn the most powerful, yet overlooked tool you have, your breath. In ancient traditions, from Native American rituals to Buddhist meditation, breathing has always been seen as sacred. Not just an automatic function, but a bridge between the body and the spirit. Today, science backs it up. Studies show that controlled breathing can instantly lower cortisol levels, your body's stress hormone, regulate heart rate, and even rewire the brain's stress response. Here's a simple yet transformational breathing pattern. Inhale deeply through your nose for 4 seconds. Hold the breath for 7 seconds. Exhale slowly through your mouth for 8 seconds. It's called the 4-7-8 method, and it's used by everyone from Navy SEALs to anxiety therapists. Why? Because it works. When you stretch out your exhale, you signal your body that it's safe. You shift from the fight or flight response into a state of rest and repair. Practice this breathing rhythm during your minute of silence. Feel your body soften. Feel your heart slow down. Let your mind unclench like a fist that's been tightly closed for years. But breathing and silence alone aren't enough. You need to anchor the calm. Anchoring simply means creating a mental snapshot of your peaceful state and connecting it to something tangible in your life. It could be a word like trust or breathe. It could be a physical object like a stone you keep in your pocket. It could even be a hand gesture like pressing your thumb and forefinger together. Whatever you choose, link it emotionally to the calm you create during your silence and breathing practice. When you anchor it, you can call it back anytime. Sitting in traffic, before a big presentation, in the middle of an argument. The world doesn't have to be calm for you to be. Imagine for a moment, you're standing in the middle of a crowded subway. People pushing, shouting, rushing. But inside, you are still. You touch the stone in your pocket, breathe in for 4 seconds, hold for 7, breathe out for 8. And nothing can break the peace you carry within you. Imagine if you treated your mind the way you treat a muscle. If you knew a muscle was weak, you wouldn't criticize it or ignore it. You would train it patiently, steadily until it grew stronger. Your mind, exhausted by years of overstimulation, needs the same compassion. But you're not broken. You're just untrained in silence. And silence is a strength. There's a famous story about a man who once sought the wisdom of a master monk. He traveled halfway across the world, climbed mountains, crossed rivers, determined to find peace. When he finally arrived, exhausted and desperate, he asked, "Master, how do I find calmness in my heart?" The master simply smiled and poured tea into the man's cup. Kept pouring even when it overflowed, spilling everywhere. "Stop!" the man shouted. "Exactly," the master said. "Your mind is like this cup. It's so full that nothing more can enter. To find calm, you must first empty your cup." Und jetzt. Every time you sit in silence and breathe consciously, you are emptying your cup. You are creating space, not just for peace, but for creativity, intuition, joy. And in a world that celebrates busyness, that tells you your worth is measured by how much you produce, choosing silence is an act of rebellion. A beautiful, powerful rebellion. You don't have to become a monk. You don't have to move to a remote cabin in the woods. You just need to create micro moments of silence and breathing throughout your daily life. Here's how. Morning reset. Before you even check your phone, sit on the edge of your bed, close your eyes, and take 3, 4, 7, 8 breaths. Anchor your day in calm before the chaos begins. Silent commutes. If you drive to work, turn off the radio once a week. Drive in silence. Watch how uncomfortable it feels at first. Then notice how your thoughts begin to settle. Mindful waiting. Waiting in line at the grocery store. Instead of grabbing your phone, stand tall, breathe deeply, and observe your surroundings. Train your mind to be still in the midst of movement. Nightly release. Before you sleep, sit in darkness for 2 minutes. No lights, no screens, just your breath and your heartbeat. Let the day fall away like old clothes you no longer need to wear. These small practices, done consistently, will rewire your nervous system. You'll notice a shift. The little things that used to irritate you, traffic, emails, misunderstandings, will lose their power. You'll sleep better. You'll think clearer. You'll start to feel like your mind is no longer your enemy, but your ally. Consider John, a 42-year-old New Yorker who spent his entire adult life hustling through the corporate grind. Sleepless nights, endless coffee, chronic anxiety. After being introduced to simple breathing techniques and silence practice, he didn't quit his job or move to the countryside. He just took 5 minutes twice a day to sit in silence and breathe. 6 months later, his doctor took him off blood pressure medication. He didn't need a new life, he just needed a new rhythm. Or Emma, a single mother of 2 who used silence anchoring to navigate through divorce and job loss. Every morning she would press her hand to her heart, breathe deeply, and whisper her anchor word: resilience. No matter what storms hit her life, she carried a pocket of peace inside her. These are not miracles, they are practices, available to anyone, available to you. You already have everything you need. The silence isn't something you have to create, it's already there, underneath the noise. Your breath isn't something you have to invent. It's been your companion since the day you were born. The only thing missing is your attention. And today, you have the power to give it back. Start small, start awkward, start imperfectly, but start. Because 1 minute of true silence and 1 breath of true presence can change the entire trajectory of your life. Not someday, not when life gets easier, not when you feel ready. Today, right now, in this moment, close your eyes, take a deep, slow breath, and remember, the silence you fear is the doorway to the peace you seek.